Hello my friends, Aaron Michael Pine here. In this video I want to talk to you about dragons. Dragons. I love dragons. I don't know about you. I've loved them since, I think I first heard about them elementary school maybe. Dragons, there's so much mythology, so much story, so much richness behind them. And what's super cool to me is, again, with a lot of these other mythological beings, with all these other dimensional beings, they are found around the world, different cultures around the world. Right now, I'm in Bali, Indonesia. There's a lot of dragon statues as protectors in different places. So they're found throughout Asia, Europe. There's ones in Mayan mythology, Norse mythology, I believe some Native American. Very similar to a serpent and somewhat different as well. Lots of dragons, so let's dive into them. To me, dragons are powerful beings of energy. They are life force. They are conduits of raw, primal, powerful energy. And there's lots of different ones. I'm not going to go into all of them, but some of the mythologies is that they're protectors, they're guardians. They watch over generally huge areas of land. It could be mountain ranges, it could be a whole forest. Usually they're associated with a large land mass. So there's lots of different ones all over the world, and oftentimes in ancient cultures they were honored. They were honored to help before, I'll say, building something, before building a temple. They were sort of asked permission and honored and made offerings too, if humanity could build in their area, if they could be connected with that region. So there's those huge sort of land dragons. Now there's also dragon within us. And there's different types here, different energetic components around that. There's the dragon of our I'll say unmastered emotions, unmastered desires that can rule us and can rule many people. They can be associated with anger or fear, ego, desire. And this desire could be expressed sexually, desire through power, desire of drugs, all sorts of things. It can be this sort of uncontrollable power within us that can take over. And this is sort of our dark dragons, if you will, our shadow dragons, if you will. Now there's also light dragons. There's dragons that are divine, that are beneficial and benevolent within us. And to me, I believe it's being aware of all of them and begin to integrate them, to bring the light and the darkness together, to draw forth that power that we might find in the shadow parts and the dark parts, and love it, and bring love and light, bring the light dragons into it and unify that in the wholeness within us. And that's super important work and a bit of a process that we all have to go through. Now, the one other dragon I want to speak to within us is what's called the Kundalini, or the life force. Now, there's in the Kundalini traditions, or the kind of Hindu traditions, there's the Kundalini is this serpent that's at the root, the base of your spine, which I feel is very similar to the serpent in the Norse tradition that's in the roots of the tree of life, that rises up, and the Ragnarok, which is sort of the end of the cycle, end of the world. So I feel like both these serpents rise up, and this is life force. This is your actual energy coming up, rising up through your spine, up through your central column, and activating you. And this can happen in meditation and spiritual experiences. It can happen during sexual intimacy when you have this surge of energy. This is your inner life force dragons within you, and very powerful energy to manifest and create and build things in your life and help purify and cleanse and bless you and just transform things very potently. So lots of different forms of dragons. They also live in many different realms of spirit beings, and there's many different dragons that we can connect with in our meditations for help on the spiritual levels, on the spiritual planes, for wisdom, for understanding, for magic, for guidance. Little personal story was when I first sort of awoken spiritually, when I first started learning about these things, I had readings from a few different psychics. Now, I'd already loved dragons for many years, it was just a thing I was interested in, but more from just a mythological state and from fantasy, stories and things like that. When I was about 18, I went to a psychic festival and got readings from a few different psychics, and they all were right on about things going on in my life, and that I was, spiritually awakening at that time, and there's a lot there for me. Now, the last psychic I went to said very similar things, and then she also said, I see a silver dragon around you. And I was like, all right, I'm in. For her to pick that up, and then I had this love of dragons, and she saw that around me was, maybe it was obvious to her, but something she picked up on something, and that really was an initiation for me to dive deeper into all this, and never looking back. So I've had many experiences with that dragon, sort of a spirit guide, a spirit ally around me, and other dragons have come and gone through my years of doing this work, meditating and healing work, and bringing the dragon energy through. Very, like I said, very powerful, very wise, very ancient energies that can assist with a lot of things. And so I encourage you, meditation and prayers and invocations, to call them in, to invite them in, to imagine them surrounding you. You may see certain colors, certain shapes, many different types. I feel like I've seen a lot, and I'm sure there's many more out there. So explore, invite, invoke them in, call them in, ask them to come be with you and support you. Now, if you want some assistance activating these dragon energies in you, I do specific dragon activation meditation healing sessions. These dragon energies can be distorted within us or disconnected within us in some way through different traumas, different patterns, programs, stuff we've picked up from our society, our ancestors, our other lifetimes that are sort of have disconnected us from those dragon energies, and I can help you cleanse those. I want you to be fully active and empowered in your dragon energy. It is intense, it is wonderful, it is magnificent, and should be unleashed within you in proper balance, proper connection and intention. So if you need some help with that, if you want to tap into these powerful dragon energies, if you feel aligned and you're like, yeah, let's get that dragon energy going in me, then give me a call, send me a message, and I can take you through some different healing meditation attunements to help get your system clear and get you really tuned with the dragon energy and see what dragons are there available to you. There's different ones for different people, so we want to get you really connected with your dragon tribe so that you're clear and precise with them, and you can really start working with them and integrating them into your life, because they can help you so much with everything, every area of your life. And I love to be sort of an ambassador between these other dimensions in this world and help them reestablish themselves within the human experience. That's what it's all about. That's what healing to me is reconnecting with all these spiritual dimensions that we are actually part of, and bringing them back into the human experience, reconnecting the web of life. So if you feel like I need some dragon help, I need some dragon magic, reach out and send me a message, and let's chat and see if it's something I can help you reintegrate. All right, hope that helps inspire you to connect with the dragons. Also, just share below. Let me know your experience with dragons. Have you experienced them in any way, form? Love to hear your stories. The more we share this stuff, the more it opens up each other. So that's what it's all about too. So please comment, like, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos. So much love. May the dragon magic flow through you. Blessings.